Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guests are from the upcoming holiday special, Tuba Christmas in Cedar Rapids. Jim Engelbach and Kyle Patrick are here. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
And Tuba Christmas is exactly what the title says.
Yep.
That's right. It's a bunch of tuba players getting together and playing Christmas music, basically.
If you're listening to the radio or the audio podcast, I hate to say you're missing out because you are missing the display of holiday finery that both gentlemen are wearing today, highlighted by your Tuba Christmas scarves, which feature buttons from many of the different shows, yeah?
That's right. You can probably hear them clank.
So if you hear clinking in the background, that's what that is. And
Yes.
Each year when you attend one of these events and pay the registration fee, you get a little button that has the date on it. And this is our 23rd year here in Cedar Rapids. Jim and I each have at least 23 buttons on here, plus some other miscellaneous things that we've picked up along the way. And we intend to keep going for another 23. I don't know. We'll see how we do.
Till we can't.
Yeah, that's right. That's
23 years in Cedar Rapids, 51, because I remember last year was an anniversary for the event. Do you know how it started in 1974?
Started with a fellow named Harvey Phillips, who was a principal tubist for numerous symphonies. And he got the idea to do a tuba event in honor of his tutor, William Bell, who happens to be buried up here in Perry, Iowa. He was born on Christmas Day, so Harvey Phillips said, I'll see if we can get a Christmas thing going with tubas. He went to Rockefeller Center, approached them, and pitched the idea of having them perform on the ice, to which they went, you've got to be kidding. Do you know anybody?
That does sound like a recipe for disaster.
It does. You can see the tubas flying now. But they said, you got any references? And he said, let me check. He gave them the unlisted telephone numbers of Andre Kostelanetz, Leonard Bernstein, and others. Needless to say, when they saw his references, they welcomed him with open arms and thus started the Tuba Christmas tradition.
Yeah. And I'm guessing maybe yak tracks on on their shoes, because I can only imagine the mishap of somebody slipping on the ice in the middle of setting up.
Yeah, we weren't there for that one, but
this event will be in the rather warmer and safer confines of the Cedar Rapids Public Library. Yeah,
downtown. Yes,
and every year you have a guest director.
We do, and we've really been fortunate. We've had some of really the A-list of music educators in eastern Iowa. We started out strong back 23 years ago. Our first director was Steve Shanley, and he at the time was the band director at Washington. He's now at Coe College. He directed for us for several years, and then we decided to move on and start adding some other people. And we've had directors from Coe College, from Kirkwood, from almost every high school in town. Really a who's who of music educators around eastern Iowa. And this year is no less or no different. We have a band director from Prairie College Community, who also happens to be the director of the Iowa Women's Jazz Ensemble, and her name is Toni Lefebvre. I'm sure you know her, Dennis.
Oh, very well.
And she's a delightful young lady. We're really looking forward to working with her that day. She's a lot of talent, and she's a brass player, so she understands what we're doing. So.
I was going to ask if being a brass player is a prerequisite for directing the band.
Not necessarily. We've had clarinet players. We've had a violinist.
And an orchestra director one time.
Yeah, not really. Last year, we had David Neff, who is a euphonium player, so that was good. But, yeah, we've had all kinds of people from different backgrounds. Let's put it that way.
Now, of course, it's called Tuba Christmas, but any low brass player is welcome, correct?
Euphoniums, sousaphones, tubas, no trombones.
No trombones allowed.
Yeah, they're bass clef, but no slidey things.
Yeah. No. Not even the bass. You won't even let the bass trombone sneak in.
Not a chance. No. Nope, sorry, it's our gig.
Only valves.
There you go.
That's right.
Who picks the repertoire? I know you've got. I know you have a book that you play from. Does the director get to do that, or do you kind of weigh in too?
There is a book. There's a book called Tunes for a Merry Tuba Christmas, I think is the name of it. And it's used by every Tuba Christmas event worldwide the same book as you. So you buy the book once and you can use it anywhere that you might want to go to do one of these events. And we supplement it with some other things that we've borrowed, begged, stolen, acquired one way or another to add to the repertoire. And
Kyle's made a couple of arrangements for us.
I've had a couple of arrangements.
Very good.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And so we supplement with that, and we've probably been running with the same playlist of numbers for the last couple of years. So we've got that set, and we know maybe we should rethink that. Maybe we ought to. We're in a rut. Maybe we should do something different.
Well, we can always go rock and roll.
There we go. There we go.
Maybe not. That wouldn't be traditional.
Now, we're smiling, but this is serious business. I'm sure there's a very rigorous rehearsal schedule leading up to this.
We usually don't divulge this, how much we train for this, but the reality is we rehearse for an hour and a half, and then we take a break, and then we do the concert. So the reason for that is, number one, we get a lot of repeat players. This is their thing for the low brass players. Some teachers will bring their entire brass section from their tubas and their baritone family. We've had a bunch of new people inquiring, hey, where can I get the music? I got a fifth grader who's excited, wants to join you. They know people that have done it. So we get a lot of different people, and what we'll do is we'll pair up one of the more senior people with the youngsters, and that way they can help each other along there and get the young people through it. And we just love seeing the young people join us. It's a great event. They always come away smiling.
We've had kids as young as 9 years old doing this, and these are kids that probably just first touched the instrument back in September.
Probably have just learned
exactly
9 or 12 notes.
They're on their first 5 notes still, but they can come, they can play what they can, and if they don't understand what's going on, they can just sit and listen and pretend.
And at the other end of the spectrum, if you're a past player who hasn't picked up the horn for a long time, you're equally welcome, yeah?
Absolutely. And we have, like Jim said, there are a handful of people, probably more than a handful of people that come that this is the only time they touch their horn all year round. They pull it out of the closet the day before and get the valves unstuck and then come down and play.
Mm-hmm.
But, so we rehearse. We do a basic run through just to get the starts and stops together and give everybody an idea what they're up against. And then we go down and play it. It's a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun.
And we do welcome all skill levels. There's no auditions. You show up, you play. It's that simple.
Yeah.
My motto, Kyle doesn't always agree with it, but my motto is if you can't play good, play loud.
And back at the Cedar Rapids Library downtown again?
Mm-hmm.
At the public library. We've been there now for, almost 10 years, I think, that we've been at the library. We rehearse in one of their meeting rooms upstairs starting at about noon, and then move downstairs to the main floor for the concert in the afternoon. And we want to invite everybody else, the community, to come out and hear it too, not just the players. Right. We usually fill the house with people coming to listen, and it's a lot of fun. We'll have on the order of 100 players down there.
Which makes this one of the biggest bands you will see. Absent a big marching band, this is probably one of the largest sit-down ensembles you'll ever see.
Probably.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. And the number varies from year to year, but last year I think we had 112, and I expect we'll be right in that neighborhood again this year. And that actually is plenty. That fills the space.
Yeah.
That fills it up pretty good, yep.
Tuba Christmas coming up December 14th at the Cedar Rapids Public Library. You said 3 p.m.
Yes.
That's the concert. If you want to participate, we have registration from 11:30 to 12 on the 14th. Then we do the rehearsal, and then we go to the concert at 3 o'clock.
We also are doing something different this year. Jim and I are going to be out at West Music in Marion on Twixtown Road on Saturday the 1st.
December 7th.
7th, yes. So we'll be there from about 1 to 3 in the afternoon with registration forms, so you can stop
and
by
music
there
books.
And pick up the book. And
Yeah, I was going to ask if somebody decides at the last moment and want to pick up the book, they can get it from you. They can probably order it online too, yeah?
I think you can, not through us, but I think there is a site you can get them. We'll have them there the day of the event, so that's not a problem. If somebody really wants to get it early and practice up, I guess. I don't do it, but you can contact one of us, and we'd be glad to hook you up with a book somehow.
Or come to one of the pre-registrations on the November 30th or December 7th, and you can purchase a book there.
Yep.
So not too late. Even if you haven't gotten that horn out of its case in years, it is not too late to get it out said oil the valves
right.
and participate in Tuba Christmas.
I'm living proof of that. I took a hiatus from high school. 30 years later, I picked up the horn, and it came back. So when I came back and started playing again, and we eventually partnered up with this guy, was I rusty? Yeah, a little bit.
He still is.
Yeah.
This is always so much fun. Definitely a wall of sound.
It is.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Tuba Christmas, December 14th at the Cedar Rapids Public Library. Come and sign up if you want to play and rehearse. We said 11:30, 11:45.
11:30 we start registration.
And then the concert itself is at 3 o'clock.
Yep.
So thanks for coming on the show today, and have fun with it.
All right. Thanks, Dennis.
Thanks for having us, Dennis.
You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio most weekdays at 10:30, on demand at kcck.org/culture, or subscribe using your favorite podcast player. Watch our videos on the KCCK Facebook and YouTube channels. Our producer is Lydia Kilgore. The Culture Crawl theme is composed by Vivian Shanley. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.